punches. Trauma, life, and burnout. I've lived through it all, and I've built something for the fighters that refuse to stay down. If you're ready to stop playing small and own your story, then this is where you belong. The Unstoppable Network is where the overcoming stories are getting very loud. From veterans to survivors to trailblazers, sharing their story of turning their pain into power. Welcome to the Unstoppable Network, where we turn your mess into a message. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Network. I'm your host, Dorothy Odell. I really have to bring something up, though, here. We are having our 5th annual Don Gray Memorial Fun Classic this August. We have a sponsor for the $10,000 hole-in-one prize. So come on out, amateurs only. But if you get a hole-in-one, I think it's on the 16th hole, $10,000 could be yours. But this is more than just a golf tournament, because one round of golf can actually change somebody's life. The proceeds that we have from this event will go to the Chatham-Kent Health Alliance Foundation, the Patient Care Assist Program, and we are just really super excited about that. And so I'm getting a message. I see Christy's message. Can anybody hear me on here? She said she can't hear me. Anyways, oh, Dawn can hear me. So maybe it's Dr. Christy. Anyways, so yes, the golf tournament is August 8th. If you put a foursome in before July 20th, then the price is only $400. If you wait after that, the price will go up to $500. But text me at 519-359-4743 or simply email me at austin315@hotmail.com. All right, so tonight I have a bunch of ladies and in the green room, and there could be more. It's just a surprise. So we're going to bring to the screen Dawn Hill and Dr. Christy Matusiak. Can you hear me now, Dr. Christy?
I can't hear anything. Can you guys?
I can.
I can hear you. You can't hear me? Huh. Before we went live, you heard me?
Yeah, she did, because we were all chatting.
That's right. We were all chatting. Anyways, if you're just tuning in now, let us know where you're listening in from. Can you hear us now, Dr. Christy?
She said no. She typed she can't.
She can't. Oh. Go out and come back in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything. It's weird because I heard the intro, Dorothy, but then as soon as you started talking, I heard nothing. Okay. I'll come back in. Bye.
All right. So she'll be back in a minute. So tonight, though, what we're going to talk about is for us women over 40, what it is that we're going through. And I had a friend say to me, hold on, let me remove here, and there. Can you hear us now?
Yes, that was so weird. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. So we're women over 40 here. And we're talking about the changes in our lives, not only the perimenopausal, the pause, but the changes in feelings on what we're going through. Because I know I've seen a couple of Dawn's posts on there, and that's what made me ask her to come out. I asked a bunch of people that I had seen post lately about some different things, and of course, Dr. Christy and I talk on a regular basis. She's my lifeline. She's part of my tribe. She's my 911 if I needed somebody. So, not to mention, of course, Dr. Christy has, she's in the health and wellness part of it too. So she can give us tips if she so chooses. But anyways, so ladies, share a little bit about yourselves. I'll let you introduce yourself, what you do, uh, and then we'll go from there. So, Dawn, you first.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on tonight. Yeah, my posts lately have probably been pretty telling because it's an interesting season. I am 53, going on 54, which I really thought I was a lot older than you, Dorothy. I guess I'm not as much older than you, and I thought. And I thought by now I'd be done with all this garbage. But apparently that is not true. It can do whatever it wants to do. But I have just had a lot of awakening during this season, like kind of like my filters have come off in good ways and bad ways. So I think I posted the other day that everyone says you should probably get medicated in menopause. And I'm not against supplements and medication. I just think that you get liberated in menopause.
Love it. Love it. And Dr. Christy, you're next.
All right. Good evening. I'm Dr. Christy Matusik. I am a holistic chiropractor. So I work a lot with women in this stage of life and the hormonal journey and just navigating what that looks like. So being holistic, I don't medicate, but I definitely supplement. Not that there's anything wrong with medication when it's necessary, but there's an approach to go through to identify what's best for each person. I also have 3 boys, 15, 12, and almost 10. So my world is chaos. And I wrote 2 books about chaos, but that's for a different show at a different time. But yeah, my life is chaos. I'm 44, so I'm in the baby early stages, I would say, of this transition. And being that I'm very in tune with my body, I do feel it happening. And I'm like, okay, I'm really healthy. I take really good care of myself. Hopefully this is as bad as it gets, but I'm also only 44. So I'm like, this is going to be interesting. So seeing what my friends are going through, seeing what my patients have gone through, I'm just learning and educating myself and riding the growth wave.
Well, welcome, ladies, and thank you for coming on here tonight and sharing your journey with us. I've shared a lot on social media about my journey, and it's a roller coaster. It's been up and down. I've done the supplement thing, and until that didn't work, and then I did the HRT thing until that didn't work, and then currently I've been on a waiting list to see an OB, um, and my MD is really working hard to get that, but the referral has been 8 months waiting. So she's kind of frustrated. I'm kind of frustrated, and we're working together with a plan. So I've been blessed because Dr. Christy has helped me through the first part of my journey, and then I was just like, okay, when the sweat's still pouring down and the hot flashes are still coming, I'm like, okay, try something else, right? And I think every person, what works for one person doesn't work for another. And I think that's been one of my biggest challenges through this, because not one size fits all in the medical world or in the holistic world. Because, I ask all my girlfriends, like, what are you doing? What are you taking? Like, and everybody's different. And what works for them might not work for you. And then of course when you go to the doctor, they said, well, this could work or this could not work, and it's like the balancing act. But when you're in, I swear this is 2 years, and when you just can't take it anymore. You just want to feel yourself, and you're just like, you try anything just to be yourself for one day, right? And maybe that's inventing the new normal. um, Maybe we're not meant to go back, Don, like what you said earlier,
Yeah.
reinventing ourselves.
I think that's a big part of it, or it has been for me. I think, like I said, I think you tolerate less. Maybe it's because you're getting to know yourself better, and maybe there's some healing going on. I know in my case, I've chosen a lot of healing from different things that I've been through. And I think a lot of women do at this point. I think your kids are getting older, at least by 53 where I am. And so you don't have the chaos that Dr. Christy has still. Now you have the grandkid chaos, which is a whole different thing. And it's amazing. But I think you just desire, like, you realize, what have I put up with and what have I allowed? And it's not anybody's fault. I don't have any blame for anyone else in it. It's just me getting to know me and realizing what I need and what I'm worth, because I realized, although I've been outspoken and outgoing and done a lot of things, a lot of that was to cover a lot of stuff that I didn't realize was still under the surface. And this, if you're going to sweat and you're going to be miserable, you might as well dive in and do the other grunt work and just get to see why the hell you feel like you're not worth it.
I love that. Dr. Christy, do you have anything to add to that?
So a lot of things. First off, I wrote that down. That was a beautiful quote, just like looking into what I need and what I'm worth. And I do a lot of work on myself professionally and otherwise. And so I feel like I should know all that by now, but I don't, quite frankly, because A, we're always growing and learning, and B, I still don't have the time to sit there and do that. Like, even sitting during this call, I don't know if moving off the screen for a second is going to make me go away. So as a heads up, but my son is done with his baseball game because it just got rained out. And I'm like, I'm just going to tell him, well, he's going to have to wait for 40 minutes. He can get some studying done in that meantime. It's going to be great.
Well, hopefully he's not too upset.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'm like, unless you want to walk home in the rain, that's your choice too. But the point of like what I need and what I'm worth, what I need is time with you ladies, and this is important to me too. So he can wait. He'll be fine.
I love what you said that, Dawn, because I have put several boundaries up in the last couple of years, especially where I used to tolerate a lot. And now I'm finding that I have zero filter. And I don't tolerate as much, and I'm more vocal about what I need. Because, well, I've shared this on the show several times. I grew up with a grandmother, take care of the needs of your man, right? And so I had put my entire family first before me. And now I'm like, hell no, I deserve some, right? Not that my husband ever said, no, you need to do, he'd be the first one to say, no, Dorothy, what do you want? Hey, Sean, good to see you. So anyways, what I was saying, sorry, Sean kind of like threw me off there. So what I'm saying is, like, not that anybody directly said that we had to do these things, but we took it upon ourselves to do it, right? So we only have ourselves to blame. And so we know we have to unravel all these years of putting everybody first. And of course, when your kids are younger, you got to kind of put them first until they can take care of themselves, right? And so once they're grown up enough, then there should be no reason why they can't do their own laundry or put water in the fridge or make their own meal or do things like that. And we need to just, and Dr. Christy is really good for this. Dr. Christy has taught her boys to have them. Do they still take turns cooking dinner each night of the week?
Ish. My oldest still does most of it. He cooks one meal a week, hands down.
Yeah.
I
like that. I know she's on my butt all the time. Make them do it. Like, that's not as easy because the dad will come in and scoop in and do something different.
Right.
But anyhow, that's beside the point. But you're right. I think what we're willing to tolerate changes as we get older. Putting ourselves first.
Honestly, everybody's going to blame it on menopause anyways, so we might as well use it for the reason. I mean, if they're going to say menopause is the reason we're becoming different, then fine, let's just become different and be okay with it.
Yes.
Like you said, maybe it is a new normal.
Well, and I think thank you, Sean, for listening, and especially if you have a partner, that is going through this. Like, men, I think we should communicate to our partner what it is that we're going through. And I have several times, and I think he finally got it last week when I had a breakdown and I started, he's like, you look angry. I'm like, 'cause I am. And I said, and I have no control over this. I don't know why I'm angry.
Yeah.
And then I started crying.
Yes.
And he doesn't handle crying well. But, she's back on another one. Oh, let me remove you from here. Anyways.
Sorry, that time it was my husband's fault. We're talking about men understanding things. I specifically, because whenever I do these shows on my phone, if I get a call it boots me out because it disrupts everything. And so I put my phone on do not disturb and said specifically, do not call me. If you need to reach me, text me. And what does he do?
Calls you.
I'm like, he's like, is there any way you can pick up Evan? I said, no, I told him that he can wait at the school for the next 30 minutes and he'll be fine unless you can pick him up. He's like, well, I can't do that. Okay, then he can wait. So
We already
exactly what we're talking about.
We love you,
Perfect
Jason.
example.
Perfect timing in real time. So I'm sorry to interrupt, ladies.
No,
That's it. It's life is interruptions right now, and it's us figuring out the boundaries, I guess, like Dorothy said, and like you set with your son. Like, you're going to be fine. You're in a safe place. You can hang out there for 30 minutes. It's not going to kill you. And it also shows him what I did not do, because my kids are grown now. They're 36, 26, 24. And I started seeing them make my mistakes. I started seeing them become codependent. I started seeing them do all the things, but it was wrecking their world. And so then I went, oh my God, it's all my fault, which it's not all my fault. But at first it feels like, all those mom fails that we all feel, they just get worse when you see the next generation fucking up their lives. Sorry about the language. But so then you go to counseling and deal with that. And then you realize, yes, flying squirrels, Sean. Yes, absolutely. But so you go to counseling and realize other things. But again, it is what it is. And that's a great boundary that you set with your kid. I love that. And now you're setting them, and trust me, your adult kids don't understand. And they just, I have surgery scheduled for June 1st and send a message out on the family chat. Hey, no babysitting for a couple weeks. I mean, I'm going to have a total hip. It's kind of a big surgery, which I'm excited about, believe it or not, because I've just had so much stuff over the last year and a half trying to deal with it. But regardless, my daughter calls me and she goes, does that mean you can't babysit June 1st and 2nd? I'm like, well, sweetheart, I'm going to be in the hospital June 1st. So yeah, that's pretty much what it means. And she doesn't mean anything by that. She's amazing. She's in the top 10% of paramedics. She's a flight paramedic. So she is so high level, so genius, so wonderful, but she doesn't know her worth, and she relies on us, which is fine. But so I was like, no, baby, I'm going to have like a week, if not 2. I don't want the kids to see me in pain. I realize there's going to be, a learning curve to using a walker, which is going to be great. I'm going to get to be, an 80-year-old woman at 53. It'll be great. But anyway, so yeah. That's a great boundary. That's where I was going. And now we can bring the flying squirrels back to where they were.
And I have to say, Sean is anything but a virgin ear. So Sean, okay, now that Sean is playing in my world here. So Sean is one of my veterans for over at Angels 14.
Then he does not have virgin ears.
He's definitely not virgin ears, my friend. Great guy. Hope to have him on the show soon. He's got a great story too, and hopefully he's resting up. He just had an accident a couple weeks ago, so hopefully he's resting up well. But anywho, and thanks for sharing that, Dawn, because truth, I think as parents we just do the best that we can. Our parents, we realize once we grow up older, we might have been pissed off at our parents growing up, but then we realized, wait a minute, they did the best that they could with what they knew. And anyhow, your sound again. She can't hear us.
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can't hear Dorothy?
No.
That is so bizarre.
That is weird. Go out and come back in again.
What is you? I have no.
Go out and come back in again.
Okay. I'm sorry. Dorothy, this is your show. If you want to boot me out because this is disruptive, I totally understand.
I can answer for her. She does not want to boot you out.
I don't want to boot you out.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that woman. Anyway, Sean, don't act so shocked. Anyhow, this has been squirrel after squirrel. See, this is part of the menopause thing.
This is menopause. This is
in and out. So, Sean, this is what it's like to be with perimenopausal or menopausal women.
This is inside our brain.
This is like, yes. So, okay, you're back. Can you hear me now?
I can. I'm sorry, my phone is being so stupid today. I don't understand.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, anyways, I forget where we were,
I'm
but
sorry.
that's okay. Flying squirrels, virgin ears that are no longer.
I think we were talking like Dr. Christie had set some boundaries with her kids, and you were relating to. That's good to know during this process.
Yes.
Like, you know, so okay. So, Dr. Christie, here's a question: is there a timeline where this stuff is over? I mean, is it just different for every single person? Like menopause itself?
You can't hear it, can you?
Nope. Now she's gone. I'm like, something's happening. But
Okay.
I can hear you this time.
She asked, is there a timeline? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like
well,
going
that
back
is
and forth. I don't understand.
That's
this.
important.
This has never happened before.
Okay. So she's she's asking, is there a time when this menopause is done, or is it different for everybody?
It's different for everyone. And it's different for everyone, but there is a point when it's kind of quote unquote done, in the sense that your body re-regulates and has a new established normal with regard to the hormones. So usually that's probably ballpark 10 years after the loss of your period. Again, it could vary.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not what we wanted to hear.
I know,
Dawn's saying,
sorry.
oy vey. Lord have mercy. That is not what anyone wants to hear.
No.
But
At least it's the truth,
Definitely
though.
sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know why I can't hear Dawn now, but at least I can hear one of you, so that's at least a start. I thought I would share this, actually, Dorothy, especially given the theme of this show. So I was reading or listening to one of Brene Brown's books a couple weeks back, and she said something about like signing a permission slip for her kid to do a field trip or go somewhere or do something. And she had a moment where she realized, I need to give myself permission to do certain things. And that really stuck with me. So I actually weeks ago wrote myself a permission slip on a Post-it note that said, I have permission to be happy, playful, and fun, because I haven't given myself permission to do those things as a parent.
That's fantastic.
Funny you said that, because on June 17th, I gave my permission to rise, to soar like an eagle that I am, to fly above fear, doubt, small thinking, to see further, higher, clearer, to choose to be great, not just good, not comfortable, not convenient, not bold, but bold, aligned, and unstoppable.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
And I forgot, and it's sitting right there. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that. I got that from my mentor. What the hell's her name? KCB. Catherine Cameron. Yes. Sorry.
No,
anyways.
That's part of it too. You forget everything.
The brain fog, man.
Yeah.
The brain fog. It's unreal. I go like this all day long, and it actually comes back to me what I wanted to say. And I don't know why, but I do this and it comes back. So I'll be at work and then I'll pop it out, and they're like, they must think I'm a flaming joke. But anyways, doesn't matter.
You don't care anymore anyway, right?
No, I don't care anymore. I don't care. So, okay. So I have another friend. Well, actually, Dr. Christie knows her. So Kimberly, we caught up. We hadn't talked in about a month or two, and we caught up. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. No, the weekend before. I was so busy last weekend, having some great time. So, anyways, she said to me, because see, these women that I have in my life just don't let me stay in my shit, because they make me advance past my shit. So she said to me, how happy are you willing yourself to be? And I posted that out there, and I didn't tell people why I posted that, but I wanted people to take a really deep dive, um, because we get past this healing phase, right? We do the healing, we do the inner work, we do the personal development, we think we've arrived, we think, oh yes, we're better than we were, we've got our shit together. Then the shit hits the fan, and then we go back into that cycle again. And but then you get out of that cycle because you realize, well, wait a minute, I'm just going back down to that rabbit hole again, so that you bring yourself back up and around. So you think you're doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden your mind spirals. This is what happened to me, because I'm turning 50 in July, and I'm thinking that I can only do one thing, and it has to be a certain time, and it has to be this, and it has to be that. And then she said, she listened to me go down my spiral, and then she says, how happy are you willing to let yourself be? And I stopped. And I'm like, frig, I'm doing it again. And so she's really had me thinking these past 2 weeks, because I don't just have to do one thing. I don't have to just do one birthday celebration. I could do a whole year celebration. I could do like multiple things with multiple people. Um, so yeah. So it's just like, but because I always think how inconvenient that would be for all my friends, right? Like, well, if I have it this day, then who can come? And if not, well, this day. But then, the golf tournament's this, and they're not going to come twice, and blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking about everybody else but myself, and it's my day. And my husband would rather just him and I go away for the day, but that's not what I want. So, I mean, we'll go away for a week, but I want my friends and family around me. I realized I don't I don't see myself age. I don't think I'm 50. But I've lost pretty much my entire family. And so if I think about it, I'm just like, I've got hardly anybody left. I came from a big family. My dad was the oldest of five. There's one aunt left out of all that. I have and my mom only has her brother, and I have my brother. That's it. So I'm like, I want my family and friends around me. I want to celebrate this like shit. But anyways, so how happy are you willing to let yourself be, ladies?
Dawn, you can go first, and then Dorothy can tell me the highlights.
Well, I'm not usually speechless. Dorothy knows that. I've never asked myself that question, to be quite honest. And I have not let myself be very happy in the past. I will say the last 2 or 3 months, I've been beginning to allow joy back into my life. I didn't write a permission slip as such, but a similar process with counseling where I was like you, I got to stop putting everybody else first because I'm miserable and I'm bitchy and I'm mean and it's really nobody's fault but my own. So I'm trying to go for that joy over happiness, even because sometimes life isn't happy, but you can always have an underlying joy. So I'm really seeking things that bring me peace and joy. And I want all of it. I don't want to leave anything on the table because, like you, I've seen too many people pass. And I don't, when I want to wear out my body, I want to be done when I go. I don't want to,
Right?
just it.
Woo-hoo. Did you hear any of that, Dr. Christy?
No, sadly, no.
No.
She looks great saying it, though.
So she said she's never asked herself that question before. And, she had allowed herself to be on a slippery slope of being, not having joy in her life. We'll paraphrase it. But now she really wants the joy in her life. So she's definitely going to be, she wants to wear her body out completely before she leaves this iteration. So summing it all up in what she said.
Yes.
So
I love that. I have not asked myself that question either, although quite frankly, I feel like I have started to literally in the last month, like even before you posted that thing on Facebook, Dorothy, like writing that permission slip for myself was kind of the first time I started really looking into it and recognizing that I hold myself back in the joy department. Like I'm the one who's doing it. It's no one else's fault, right? Like it's all of the stuff that, past stories we tell ourselves and our inner children who get in the way. All of these things add up to, oh, I'm going to, like in the other types of worlds and things we talk about, we're going to stay small to protect ourselves, or we're going to prevent ourselves from being elated and really, truly joyful. Because that's really freaking vulnerable to be that joyful and happy. And I don't know about you. Have had that happen a couple times where like I've been in a really beautiful, joyful spot, and then the first thing that comes in is like something negative that shouldn't be there. But it's like, no, we can't actually be that happy because it's scary. And I'd love to call bullshit on that. And I do think it's part of the human experience to have that happen. But again, it's all within our control and all within our choices to, when that little voice comes in, to then have a conversation with it and say, no, I do want to be this happy and this joyful and experience this level of elation in life. That's what we're meant to experience.
Yeah. It's exactly. And I grew up, like, my dad was negative a lot, like chronically negative. I remember taking him at 4 o'clock in the morning to a pain management, an hour away to a hospital, to get an IV drip. And he was just like toxic negativity, like the entire drive. And I pulled over the one day because I couldn't handle it anymore. And I said, "You have 5 seconds to say something positive, or you're going to walk your ass from here back to the hospital and back home because I just can't take this anymore." And he stopped and he looked at me and he said something, and I don't remember what it was. And since after that moment, he like kind of shifted a little bit, and each time, like he would catch himself. And I don't know what it is lately, but I have been having like negative to the point where like it drives me insane, and I'm like, I don't know if this is him coming through me or what, but he needs to stop if it is, because I'm not generally that person. Like, yeah, I think we all can fall into the negative side of things, but it's just been like a landslide lately. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't me. But I think what by catching ourselves, that's the most important thing, so that when you're aware of it, you can stop it. Um, but yeah, because if you can't see it, well, then, because sometimes I'm like, will you just shut up? I don't even know where this is coming from, and this is not you. So, like, stop.
Yeah. I had Dorothy, you know her, Jen, our friend and my coach. I was sharing with her this morning on our call that I've recognized in the last couple weeks, and it's been happening for longer than a few weeks, but I've just recognized and become aware of it in the last few weeks, that every morning I wake up, my brain goes to negative, anxious thoughts. And they're not even negative necessarily, but they're just anxious. Like, what do you have to do for the day? Oh, what was that thing that was bothering you last night before you went to bed? Let's pick it up right where we left off. And I'm catching it now, and I don't want to have those conversations in my head, A, at all, and B, not first thing in the morning when you're setting your intentions for the day and your nervous system is most, pliable, so to speak. And because since I've been catching it in the last few weeks, I've been intentionally like, okay, what are you grateful for? Okay, you can choose to be positive in this moment. Okay, what are you going to take action in? And it's been helping, but man, it's work. Like, if we are not on top of it, um, did you hear that pounding? I told you my house is chaos. I'm pretty sure my husband brought the boys, my older two, home. Okay, I think my youngest is there. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Real life.
I could hear the thunderstorm too in the background.
Yeah, good times. So
It
yeah,
looks like it's going to storm here too, but it hasn't yet. But yeah, I mean, it is. I think it's a full-time job. Getting our minds right, on top of getting the exercise we need, on top of the water that we need, on top of all the healthy food we're supposed to eat, on top of keeping up with our bodies, on top of keeping up with everything else. That's not even including the job that we have to go to for 8 hours a day or longer. And it's just like, no wonder I am freaking exhausted. um I can I thought of it this week. Growing up, if my mom put in a full-time work week, like, that was something, right? My dad used to always comment about it. But she was just chronically sick or tired or something like that. And this week I thought about it, and I'm like, I can see why. Like, seriously, the amount of um oh, there's the storm now. The amount of, like, things that have gone on in the last year have been absolutely insane. And I don't even know how I've managed to get through half of it, let alone all of it. And, you know, my health has taken a shit kicking this last year. Well, not really, but there's just been a lot of big tests and things like that, and the menopause, and then trying to navigate that. But it's just, and I'm still waiting a year for a test, for another test, and so it's just been a lot on there. And of course, your first mammogram never goes the way it's supposed to go, because now that you're turning 50, ladies, like, your tatas need to be examined. Apparently, in Canada, anyways.
No, they made me go at 45 to get a baseline.
At 45?
To get a baseline.
To get a baseline.
And then every year once you're 50.
Yeah, every year once you're 50. Okay, well, I now have the pleasure of going. I have to go again in September.
Yay for
but
you.
anyways, it's whatever. It's just been a lot, right? And so I can identify with her now and say, man, on the menopause alone, there are days I just want to stay in bed and not go into work, right? And but I'm too damn stubborn. I don't give up, and I don't, I just keep pushing through. And I'm like, no wonder why she only want to work 4 days a week. Like, I only want to work 4 days a week.
Well, and there's that line between pushing through, constantly pushing through, and actually giving yourself the grace to do what you need to do for your health, but you still have to pay the bills. So I don't know. It's hard to make that balance.
Dawn said it's giving yourself the grace to get to do what you need to do, but also, making sure the bills are paid.
Yep.
So, and I get that, and when money was tight in the house, you always knew, because Dad was in a bad mood. Ooh. Friday comes, payday comes, and he's still in a bad mood. Don't ask for anything extra. You just let him be, right? And so I don't know. Learning from our parents and going around it, I guess. But it was a new perspective for me. Like, I could actually understand how my mom felt this week, these last couple of weeks. I'm like, damn, I guess I shouldn't have had those thoughts growing up.
Yeah, we learn a lot when it's our turn.
Yes.
I have definitely had moments where I've called my mother in the course of parenting and been like, man, I'm sorry. Like, I get it now. And I'm sure it's music to our ears, right? All those things they say to us, like, oh, I hope you have a child just like you and you'll understand one day. And yeah, I sure do.
That's funny you said that, because Joe and I were talking tonight while we were getting dinner ready. And we both agreed we can't wait till Brady grows up and he has his own house and we go over for dinner. Because I'm telling you, oh, I don't like that. That's just, that's not seasoned enough. I can't eat that. I can't wait. We were just talking about that tonight.
Have you seen that reel I've seen it before a couple different times. It's a TikTok or something, but it's like the parents basically go into their adult children's house and they leave all the cabinet doors open. They leave toilet paper on the floor, toothpaste on the sink, like splash water everywhere, and then they just leave. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
That is my plan. Leave every light on in the house. Leave the fans on in the house. Never shut anything off. Leave my stuff all over everywhere in the front room. Oh hell yeah. I can't wait. Take an hour shower. Uh-huh.
There is a lot of recompense that comes when they have kids. There really is. That's probably one of the best things about grandkids is when they go home and act like idiots.
Dawn says it's the best when you have adult children and they have kids because they go home and they reap what they sowed basically.
Love it.
Love
Yeah, I'm
it.
a few more years away from that day, but that's all right.
You hope.
Yes.
I won't say how old my brother was the first time that apparently happened, but anyways.
No judgment. It happens.
No judgment. It happened, and yeah, that's another show for another time.
Yeah.
I want to write a book about his life. I could make it a blockbuster, but he won't let me. He won't let me. And I'm just like, oh come on. So what I'm going to do is I'll write a fiction book,
Right.
with some similarities.
And he'll be the only one that knows.
Yep. I got to write my cousin and my story first, but oh, good Lord. There's not enough time in the day. But anyhow, well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. I thoroughly enjoyed this. And if you're listening to this, no, ladies, that you're not alone, that we are here with you. We're going through the same things you are. And you don't have to go it alone. So reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to have a conversation around that, see how we can support each other. I know there's several support groups with menopause and things like that I could, put people into. If that's your thing, we would love to have you. Ladies, do you have any last words or any last thing that you want to say?
I don't know. Thanks for having me. And it was amazing, even if Christy's audio kept going in and out. But that's just perfect life, right? Nothing's
What'd
perfect.
she say? I was hoping if she went closer to the screen, I would hear her, but that didn't work.
She just said thanks for having her, and it was delightful, even though your audio kept on going in and out.
Yeah, not your fault, Dorothy. Yeah, no, I echo. Thank you for hosting a beautiful space, and Donna, it was great getting to know you, even weirdly with the audio. And yeah, I guess my last thoughts is this time is a trip. Just ride it occasionally. And I say that because I need to hear that same advice on a regular basis. So like I tell people what I know I need to hear in reverse.
Yes. Just ride the waves because they'll come and go, and give yourself grace. I think that's the most important thing. And if you do have a partner, communicate with your partner what's really going on inside of your body. Because like I said, I broke down and I ended up just like melting down one day, and he took it well, and which was surprising because he doesn't like me crying. But if we communicate to our partners, they understand better. They can, they can be there for us more. Not that they're not there for us, but if we communicate what it is that we truly need, I think that's helpful to them, and they just don't think that we're just being a bitch because we're not. There truly is like something inside of us that is not balanced properly at certain times, and so it's just to communicate those things to them so that they are aware. And men, if your wife goes silent or she gives you this look, just leave her alone. We could be plotting your death in our minds and you
Yeah.
wouldn't even know it.
Just buy her flowers and give her a hug. Maybe. Actually, I take the hug back. Sometimes that depends too.
Truth.
Or better yet, ask her what she wants. And sometimes she won't even know the answer, but at least it'll
That's
get her
it.
thinking about what she wants. So then it can bring us back to this conversation of like what Dawn said, what do I need? What do I want? What am I worth? So yeah.
Amen. Asking, and it's funny that you said that, Dr. Christie, because half the time I don't even know what I need.
Same.
Yep.
I really don't. I don't know how to put it into words sometimes, and I don't know how to express it when I finally can. And sometimes it comes out a gibberish mess, and that's okay. It comes out the way it's supposed to come out. And I like what Dawn said earlier, like just giving yourself grace in what it is, how it comes out, what you need, and just, I think the best thing, excuse me, over the last 5-6 years, the best thing that has ever gotten me through some of the hardest things is having my tribe. So, and Dr. Christie and Dawn is part of that. That tribe
is huge. Community.
Yeah, community is absolutely huge. So just be in community with people that you trust, have those conversations, just reach out to somebody, obviously that you know and trust, and and be there for each other. Straighten your crowns. With that though, thanks for joining us. If you could go over to our YouTube channel, The Unstoppable Network, subscribe, share with all your friends, and share this amazing episode with some woman that you know that truly needs some sisterhood, somebody to come around along beside her and say, hey, you're not alone in this, and we got you. So with that, join us same time, same channel next week. Bye for now.